Hello, and welcome to Outer Spaces, a podcast dedicated to empowering designers and contractors in the outdoor living space. Through this show, I hope to create a powerful resource for you, someone who is trying to grow their company but might not have all the tools and processes to do so. On Outer Spaces, we're passionate about breaking the chains of small mindsets and helping contractors just like you take control of their businesses and their lives. My name is Joshua Gillow, and through my 25 years of dirt under the nails experience, I look forward to sharing tips, strategies, and other contractor success stories here on the Outer Spaces podcast. Now, let's get on with the show.
Walter, what's something simple that makes you smile?
Okay. Simple.
5, 4.
Podcast.
No pressure. No pressure. Yeah, that was very random. Okay. Seeing my son smile, I guess it's like the purest form of happiness, and it just makes me smile. I think that might be it right there.
I love it. How about you?
Yeah, so for me, it's a really bad dad joke.
Okay. Like what?
Well, I don't have one for you.
I feel like you would be that guy to have dad jokes that's on.
Oh yeah,
on
well, that's
top.
how I get my son to like clean his room, because I
Right.
threaten him with dad jokes. Like, if you don't make your bed, like, I'm gonna read a dad joke. And then I
Right.
just pull it off my phone. So it works every time.
Yeah.
It's the best way to like manipulate your kid.
Sure. I love it. How about you?
Oh man, I would say similar to Walter, but my daughter, my little girl, she's that smile and her sassiness all the time, no matter how my day's going, she's able to make Dad smile.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I have a 3-year-old niece, and she's like the cutest thing ever. Just like playing with her, like pushing her on the swing. Yeah, she's so cute. It's adorable.
Yeah.
Because like when you hang out with them, that you almost like feel like a kid more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're like more present in the moment, all that stuff. You want to pull a card?
Yep. Here we go. Okay.
Nothing's weird gonna come out of this, right? Like
This game?
yeah.
This game is called How Deep Will You Go?
Oh.
So it's like the deepest questions you can think of.
So do I ask you guys this?
Sure.
Okay. What has life taught you recently?
What has life taught me recently? Well, we're actually at an event right now. It's called Wealth Mastery. And I learned that I need to start investing in my future. Just putting money aside, saving money. So yeah, that.
Perfect. What about you? What about you, Jesse?
What is life teaching me? Oh man. Struggles. And it's not getting any easier. And I need to be doing things that are uncomfortable and be an adult, I guess. You know, some aspect. I was always thinking I always had time, and older I'm getting, that time's closing.
Mm.
So it's been teaching me a lot, and it's scary. But yeah, it's something that again, you learn this today, this weekend, and life wealth mastery is being taking responsibility.
Right.
So doing that, and tightening up my belt on my belt buckle, and let's go.
Sure.
Move on.
I was just I was finding the videos for Mission Mindset Adventure, like going in the past. And I just watched your video like a week ago, and it's like it's such a good video. It's so inspiring. It's really not like the video itself. It's just like the story of the video and how you conquered that mountain. So we climbed the 14,000 foot Colorado mountain. Jesse, I don't think you knew what you're getting yourself into.
No idea, dude. I went there like how I do everything in life, right? And I paid for it. What I'm paying right now in my life, and I'd go there. I had like a 20-year-old, 19-year-old mentality. Like, it's just hiking, right? What the
Right.
heck? I'm just walking. And no, it was the hardest thing I ever did in my life.
Mm.
And
How many times did you want to quit when you were climbing that mountain?
hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Joshua told me you could stop right here,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, fuck that, man. There's no way I'm going to wait for all you guys. I don't know how long it's going to take. And there's no way I'm going down here by myself. I don't know where to go. And the only way is up, right? And I did it. And it was to the point that I got up to the top and I wanted to really enjoy the moment. But mentally, I was completely exhausted.
Right.
And I just wanted to get the hell out of there.
I'm sure. And then it started downpouring on you guys, like a thunderstorm on top of a 14,000-foot mountain, like lightning and thunder, all that stuff.
Sleet, all that stuff. And then the trails that were going down, it ended up being like streams of water.
Yeah.
So coming out there drenched.
Yeah.
Man. And then we had to go to the supermarket and get some water. And going into the supermarket, it felt so cold. You know, it was like 80 degrees out. I'm with the sweatshirt, sweatpants. I was like, oh my gosh, people are looking at me all weird and shit.
But we got back to the Airbnb before you guys, and we weren't sure if you made it to the top or not because we didn't.
Did this guy go to the hospital?
Yeah, because we had no idea because we got there before you, and so when you came in, we're like, did he finish? Did he finish? And then we found out you did, and everyone was so pumped.
Yeah.
It's such a cool story, man. But yeah, I'll always remember that for sure.
I love that, man. I had to put it on Instagram. I'm like, I have to share this because it's a meaningful moment in my life. A moment that I'll never forget.
Yeah, and it's like, what else could you do after that?
And I'm hoping like one day, like both my kids watch it again and again. My son watched it, and he just said, like whatever. Like there's
doesn't get it yet.
Doesn't get it yet.
Yeah,
and hopefully one day they will.
Definitely.
So, thank you.
Absolutely, man.
Awesome.
Yeah. I want to dive into your story a little bit because I know you've.
Yeah, sure.
You were telling us a little bit about your military background and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell us. You trained with a dog and stuff. Tell us a little bit about your military background, your past with that.
Yeah. So you want me to start at the beginning or kind of
wherever the most exciting part starts.
Okay. Yeah. Well, it's all really exciting.
Yeah.
And interesting nonetheless.
Let's get a little closer.
Yeah, sure. So I probably would say the most exciting part really was getting out of canine school. And at that point, like getting ready to become a dog handler because I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And, you essentially, at least at that time, you got a crash course. Like literally I watched a video. It was like, those typical things you see in the recruiter's office. Like, yeah, you want to like do cool stuff and blow stuff up.
Right.
Do this, and it's like, yeah, of course I do. I'm 17, man. I want to tear it up, know? So, once I got into that field, it was amazing because you had all of this control and power in your hands at 17 years old. And when you're brought out on scene, you're in charge. So, they made that really clear. Like when you're called to action, the dog handler's in charge. Rank goes out the window. Seniority, all that stuff doesn't matter. The dog handler becomes in charge. So you have this sense of responsibility that's just beyond belief. Like, I've literally like asked generals, I'm like, excuse me, sir, I'm coming through here, and it's the coolest thing in the world, but at the same time, it's terrifying because there's a lot of responsibility that you have to do or take on to do your job effectively.
Right.
So it's incredible.
Yeah. So you went through all the training with that, and I know you were telling us like a bomb story before.
Yeah.
You're with this dog. Your dog found a bomb. Then I guess you were on top of a bomb for a little while.
Yeah.
And you had to wait for hours on top of this bomb.
Yeah.
Kind of like a movie scene.
Yeah.
Tell us that story.
Yeah. So let me get at the beginning of that because there's a part that I didn't give you, which was actually pretty epic and funny. So, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into when you join the military, unless you have maybe somebody directly related to you, like a brother, a father, who's maybe you're experiencing it some way. Maybe you're a military brat. I had no idea. I come from a long military family, but I didn't have anyone in my direct family, So here I am literally getting ready for my first deployment. I fly out to McGuire Air Force Base, which is out in New Jersey. And I'm getting on the C-17, which is nothing but a big cargo jet. There's literally nothing inside. So like I get on there, there's a tank strapped to the wall, not even on the ground, on the side of the wall. That's how big this aircraft is.
Yeah.
It's just like attached to the wall. There's a porta-john like strapped in the middle of the fuselage. Okay. And there's me and there's a skid with my dog in a crate. And that was it.
Wow.
There's two guys flying. And I'm sitting in this thing and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm in a movie. This is the craziest thing. And I'm looking around like, is this real? I get in my little jump seat, they give you this little military blanket, which is terrible. It's just like this really crappy blanket. It's about half the size of you. It's super like scratchy.
Like, what's the point at that point?
Oh, it's ridiculous. Yeah. And there's no heat in the aircraft. So when they're flying, like these things, you're freezing your ass off. Like you're just frozen and you're literally shivering under this little tiny blanket that does nothing, And when they hit, it's not like a regular jetliner. When they hit any kind of turbulence, the aircraft actually falls directly out of the sky down.
Wow.
So it will drop like 1,500 feet straight down. So you think you're dying. So like the first time I hit turbulence, I'm like screaming like, holy shit, we're going down, because I had no idea what was going on, and they're, you're just sitting in there and you're coming up out of your seat, you see your dog hit the top of the crate, you're attached to this jump seat,
Yeah.
But the craziest thing was when I was getting in the country, the guy's like, hey, they called me up front and they're like, hey, you got to come up and check this out, So I walk up to the front of the aircraft and you got to climb this little ladder, get on the second tier, walk up to the door, knock on the door. The guy's like, yeah, come in, check it out, right? So I'm expecting to see like you see movies, two guys flying and they're like all dressed up in uniform. They're sitting in the back, chilling, drinking and playing cards. And I'm like, well, who's flying the plane? They're like, oh, it's flying itself. I'm like, what? No way. There's like, yeah, check it out. So I walk out into the front of the aircraft, really where the pilot sits, and there's nothing. And I'm looking out at the Atlantic Ocean as we're flying through clouds, and it's just water everywhere, and there's nobody sitting there. And I'm thinking to myself, like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
It is.
And they're like, oh yeah, we'll land the plane. Don't worry, but we got to get to Germany first before we do anything, because we're gonna hit Germany and then we're gonna get into Iraq. So once we get into Germany and then we fuel up, get a bunch of other people on there, some more equipment, then we're going into Iraq and we're flying in. And as we're flying in, they're calling out places to check out. They're like, oh, look at the left side. You're going to see this. You're going to see what we did over here. Showing you all like the little hot spots where we tore up stuff,
Sure.
And what they don't tell you is the landing. So as we're coming into the airport, right, they have to do this, what's called a combat landing. And this is to prevent themselves from getting shot down. So in order for them not to be hit by a SAM or an RPG, because they're a big aircraft, easy target, if you put enough lead on an RPG, you could probably hit it.
Right.
So a combat landing is basically putting the plane directly into a nosedive and then slamming it on the ground as fast as you possibly can. So as we're coming in, this plane just nosedives in towards the ground. Now I'm thinking we're hit because I'm like, oh God, we're coming down. I can just feel it.
Right.
Everything kind of shifts and you're looking at that big tank on the wall. It's an Abrams tank kind of getting shifted in there. Here we are coming nose down, right, towards the ground. I'm like, well, this is a short trip. That's kind of going to end bad,
Right.
And he just slams the ass of that plane right on the ground, and then we're down. And I just remember the door opening up and the hot air hitting you. And the best description I can give it is it's the smell of hot dumpster and ass. Literally. That's what it smelled like. Like it's 100 and some degrees there.
That's
like,
just Iraq in general.
Yeah, just in Iraq and everywhere you go. Yeah.
Wow.
Because everything that they have, they store everything in a pile. Like there's no sanitation the same way.
Huh.
Yeah, it's just it just smells horrible.
Right.
So if you talk to any combat vet that's ever been to Iraq, they'll tell you the same thing. That first initial smell when that plane door opened up it just hit you so hard. And that's when I got real. And I'm like, holy crap, like I'm really somewhere. You get off the plane, there's helicopters and stuff flying around. You're seeing all these like troops marching in. You're like, this is so cool. It's like, this is real. And I'm like, oh, they're going to get real bullets, man. This is pretty sweet, But once we kind of got ourselves set up, like going back to where we started before with that story, there really wasn't any protocol, because if you look back at the history of a dog handler, prior to the Gulf War, we used them in a different role. A lot of it was sentry duty. In Vietnam, they put them on what's called a LPOP, or a listening post, observation post, out in the middle of the jungle, basically listening for enemy troops and reporting information back so they can attack them or counter them and such. In this role, it was much different. So this role was really going out and looking for explosives. And that was the job. And, here I am again, 17, 18 years old. I didn't really know what that meant, even though I kind of did.
Sounds pretty damn dangerous.
Oh, it was incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you get out there, and my favorite part was when I first got initialed my gear, right? Because I get out there and I'm in the desert uniform and I'm feeling like kind of hot shit. And I'm like, yeah, this is pretty sweet, Well, they hand me a helmet and what's called a flak vest. So basically it's like a armored vest, but it's not bulletproof. What it basically does is it prevents if you get, attacked or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
any kind of flak or shrapnel, it will stop to some degree. So, but it was green. So it was not desert color. It was actually camouflage jungle color. So I said, wait a
That's all
minute,
I
help
have
me
left.
understand how this works. I'm in a desert. I'm camouflaged, but
Yeah.
my vitals, my head, my helmet, and my organs are green. Isn't that making me more of a target? And they're like, no, you'll be good. Don't worry. The equipment's coming. It's on its way. It's a little kind of slow.
It's on back
Right.
order.
Yeah, exactly. Amazon didn't get it here yet. So I get out there on my first deployment, and I'm like, they're like, what do you do? So they're like, well, you just got to go out and start looking for explosives, So I had no idea what that meant. I'm like, well, where do I look? They're like, out there. I'm like, well, out where? And they're like, out on the route somewhere, just walk around with your dog, do dog stuff, whatever you do. So I'm like, I don't really know what that is, So here I am walking around my dog, and I'm trying to think of what to do. I put him on a 30-foot lead tied around my waist because I'm thinking, okay, I got to operate my weapon in case I get attacked. That's
Yeah.
pretty common, as dog handlers will get popped off because it shuts down the whole thing. Like, you take a dog handler out, you can basically stop an entire troop movement because the dog handlers point a lot of the times. They're clearing the route so the troops can get through.
Gotcha.
So you're out there kind of doing your thing, and I'm walking my dog, and he's doing his thing back and forth. And I'm like, well, I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. There's really nothing here. It's like trash everywhere, and
Mhm.
some rocks once in a while, or a burned up vehicle, or junk, pieces of stuff everywhere.
Mhm.
So as I'm walking around, my dog sits down right in the middle of this road, and it's a route that basically was a supply route. So it was really important to keep that route open to get like ammunition and food and water and stuff to the front line. So I'm walking, and my dog sits down, and that's how they respond as explosive dogs in the comparison to like narcotics, which they would actually dig up the spot.
Mhm.
So he sits down, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, I know that that's like the response, but like that can't be happening right now. Like
Yeah.
I'm like 10 minutes into this route. Like,
Mhm.
this is impossible. So I try to call him back. I'm like, come on, buddy, let's go, get to work, And he's like, no, I'm not moving, dude. I'm like, I'm staying here. And
Doing
I'm
my
like,
job.
yeah. He's like, I'm doing it. Here it is, And I'm like, no, it can't be that easy. It can't be like this obvious. I
Mhm.
walk up to him, here it is, 30 feet behind him. I walk up to my dog, and I look down. I see this like piece of wire kind of sticking out of the ground. I don't think much of it, but I'm like, that can't be good, right? Because that's not common. You don't see that around
Mhm.
here. So I call it in. And so basically it's calling the unit behind you, because I was attached to an army unit. And it's like, hey, I think I got something up here. Send up EOD. So EOD is basically the guys that you see in those like explosive suits. I think they made a movie back several years ago in the 2000s about those guys. I mean,
Yeah.
it really doesn't look that way. It was a cool movie, but it's
Mhm.
not real. So they come up in their bomb suit. I call them the snorks because they have this big snorkel thing on the top. And he comes out with a stick. Literally just a stick. They have these robots now and all this like high tech stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be so cool. They're going to bring out all these gear. And they're like, he just comes out with a stick, and he's like, boop, boop, grabs the wire, pulls the wire, yanks it up, and 4 warheads come up out of the ground.
Mhm.
And I was like, holy shit, I'm standing on top of that thing. Right. And he's like, yeah, we got a daisy chain thing here. He's like, you're pretty lucky, kid, because there's no like detonator because it's set up for a cell phone. He's like, so nobody was around.
Gotcha.
It's like, otherwise you'd be like toast.
So when you were like standing on that thing, were you like, if I move, like this thing might explode?
Yeah, I had no idea. So I didn't know, like, because I don't know what that explosive looks like, because I can't play around with it. You're trained not to move, because if it has a pressure plate, which in a lot of times what they'll do is they'll just take 2 pieces of wood, wrap aluminum foil on it, and they'll basically put a door hinge on it so that if you step down on that thing, it will actually activate the plate, and then if you come up off of that, that's when it detonates. Yeah.
So you were standing on that thing for hours.
Yeah, I was on there for hours, man. Because when you call EOD, they're not like, the next van over, next Humvee over. Like they're usually chilling on the base, playing like video games.
Like,
or something
hang on,
like
I gotta
that.
eat my lunch first.
Yeah, exactly. They're getting a haircut or something. Like I gotta get ready for my big movie spot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Something like that. So that's what they do. They hang out all day long and then they get called out. So I'm standing on this thing for hours.
You didn't move? You didn't walk around?
No, man, you can't.
My dumbass would have walked around.
Well, what I was trying to do was like shift my weight in my boot, like forward and back so that I can kind of stay like standing, but at the same time, not come off of that. Cause I was afraid like if I did, that thing would go off. I had no idea what it was. And I just stood there and they're like literally taking long sticks and putting bottles of water on it with duct tape, like handing it out to me, like, here you go, dude. It's like really far. I'm like, thanks, man. I'm drinking the water. And I'm just standing there for it felt like days, but it was only a couple of hours, 2, maybe 3 hours. And finally EOD shows up. And like I said, they just tossed the suit on and they were just like casual about it, like, come out with the little stick. This doesn't warrant anything big, They don't bring out the Johnny 5 robot, anything cool, the tech that they got.
Yeah.
And he just pokes around and pulls it out. And he's like, yeah, you're good. You can go home now.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh shit, this got real fast.
Yeah.
Like this got real.
That's crazy, man.
So like after that, I was like, it was game on all the time. Because I was like, man, I'm not going to get lucky twice.
Right.
And in they're very sophisticated. These bombs that they plant, these IEDs, are very sophisticated. A lot of times what they'll do is they'll plant 2. The first one is a distraction. The second one's what gets you.
Wow.
Yeah, they're smart. They know what they're
sure.
talking about. And they watch you the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
They're just standing around watching it, and they can't really do anything about it.
Definitely.
So that was a crazy
That is a crazy story.
Man. Yeah.
And you were 18 years old?
Yeah, I was 18, man. So like I was like dumb and like I had no idea. And I was just like, I was still like starstruck. I was like, whoa, man, I finally am G.I. Joe. Look at me, man. Like this is so cool. I get a real gun and bullets and everything, and then, you have no idea that this stuff is actually happening. You're dumb. And you're what they call in the military, the FNG, the fucking new guy. That's what you are because you come in, your uniform's all clean. You're like smiling, you're clean shaven. You're like, yeah, man, I'm just ready to rock. This is gonna be awesome, and then like after you're there for a month, you're like, this sucks. Everybody wants to kill you, and it's like it's not fun anymore. You know what I mean? So you always know the new guys and give them a little shit.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's fun.
Cool. Walter, I gotta turn the conversation to you.
Yeah.
How did you even like meet Joshua and kind of get into this group of doing these events? You've done a lot of you did both Mission Mindset Adventure, you've done some Tony Robbins now. I don't know if you've done anything else, but how do you get introduced to Joshua or like this group?
Yeah, definitely. So I met Joshua at a cruise event, outdoor living, in Chicago.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was there.
I think you were.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he did a speech there. And it was the first time like I had ever gone to something like that. So he came in, I think it was like the first day, I might be wrong, but he came in and he was just had a whole bunch of energy and made everybody start jumping around.
Yeah, to get context, this was like an outdoor living event.
Yeah.
So this is contractors, landscapers, lawn care. Those people put them together, and it's kind of like a 6-day seminar, and they teach you how to build it, the sales, all that. Yeah.
Jesse was there.
Right.
We experienced that together.
Okay.
Yeah, so we created a brotherhood there, and with a whole bunch of other people that I still communicate with. And Joshua. So at first I didn't really buy into it because I was really closed off, man, and I guess just the stage where I was at, right? So so I had a lot of doubts about stuff he was talking about. And then just some of the guys got into that, and I asked them, I'm like, hey, what are you doing differently? Oh yeah, we got this going on with him. And I was like, well, I gotta do something. So because obviously mine wasn't working, my business. It was just I was growing a little bit each year, but it wasn't nothing that really shot up.
Sure.
And so I was like, I gotta do something different. And I I forgot what I don't remember if I contacted him or he sent us a message or something like that. But eventually, I I knew I had to do something because one, my business was failing, my family was failing,
Hmm.
uh, I was failing within, like, mentally. Like, I just didn't have that
A drive.
that drive, that clarity.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of stuff like that was going on. I
Hmm.
felt like a failure, and I had a lot of people depending on me.
Right.
And so we ended up signing up for an event. I think it was in August in Colorado when I think that was the first one.
Yeah.
And he allowed me to go to that. I didn't even have the money to
Wow.
to be able to pay for it all. He let me go to the event and do it all. I
Mm.
think in payments and stuff like that.
Right.
And I was like, wow, this guy, like, nobody before would ever help me in
Mm.
any way because I always had that mentality that I had to do everything myself. And if I didn't have the money, I couldn't go any places or anything
Right.
like that. So he allowed me to go to that, and it just really opened up a lot of things within me on that first trip. But I wouldn't say I fully exposed myself 100% that first time because it was still a lot of new things that were happening.
Hmm.
Um, so that second trip when we went to Arizona,
Right.
that's when. Well, let's take it back. So on that Colorado trip, I came back with a lot of stuff, and I tried to make a lot of changes, and
Hmm.
I was doing a lot of changes within myself, and that was working out great. But then I tried to force those changes onto my wife when we
Gotcha.
were separated.
Hmm.
It wasn't working out. Um, and I tried to make changes with my kids at one point, and that wasn't working out because she was telling them certain things, and I was trying to do certain things, and it was
Hmm.
just a lot of back and forth.
Yep.
So eventually, I got to the point where I was like, you know what, I have to do this for myself. That's who I have to do it for, and then everybody else comes after that, like,
Yeah.
because I had to be that base
Right.
um, to create something new,
Hmm.
right, in my family. So
Definitely.
with my kids, so we started doing that. We started spending a lot of time with the kids. Well, me, taking them out and doing activities and cutting back on the work because I was working way too much, too many hours, 14, 16-hour days.
Just no balance.
Yeah, I didn't have a balance in anything.
Right.
So um, we started doing that, and then eventually we that other event came up, the Arizona, and then I decided I had to go to that.
Hmm.
So there I was.
Yeah.
And Jesse had said something earlier about, I think it was whenever um that he wasn't prepared whenever some of the things were coming up. He just kind of wings it. He kind of was that's kind of what I got from it. He just kind of winged it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I was doing a lot of that in my business and in my family life.
Right.
And I got tired of winging stuff.
Right.
So um from there, that really a lot of the stuff that we did that one time in Arizona, I decided that I wasn't gonna wing things anymore, and I was gonna start to look at things in different ways, and that really opened me up even more. I decided I didn't want to be just like another lawn care guy or
Right.
another Hispanic mowing or
Hmm.
somebody who's just doing it just to do it. Like get I wanted to be successful, and I wanted to create something special for my kids.
Right.
Um, and I realized I wasn't going to be able to do that unless I got out of the field and I created systems, and not just in the not just create systems in the business, but create systems in my family life. So once I started doing that, everything's just been kind of going better and better, and
Nice.
it's gone better. And recently, me and my wife, she went through a breakthrough recently, and we got back together.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
it just
Exciting.
it's happened a few weeks ago.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
and it's been really tough because there's been a lot of tough conversations that we've had.
I'm sure.
But she realized why I was going to those trips. It it was to better myself and better the family.
Right.
Um, and sometimes whenever we're kind of like have our eyes closed or we don't want to see that because we're just thinking about ourselves all the time,
Hmm.
it's tough to accept the fact that you're doing things wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joshua has helped me out way more than I think even I would say my parents have or anybody. I've never had that mentor where um, I could be completely honest with them, and I'm not gonna say it happened overnight. It took
Yeah.
some time, but it took some time because I never had that, and it was just different, and I never liked change, and I'm still working on that. I'm still working on
Sure.
being open to a lot of things, but
Yeah.
um I'm more open to suggestions, and whenever somebody says something, I don't take offense to it anymore. I don't
Mhm.
act like a victim, um, and I try to see why they're telling me that. Um, so it's been a long journey,
Yeah, man.
and working every day on myself and on systems
Mhm.
and on my family.
Yeah, man. It's been so cool to see how much you've improved and had big realizations and become aware of things. Now I'm curious, like
Mhm.
Walter before even that outdoor living event at cruises, and then
Yeah.
Walter now, like what's the difference? Like who was Walter before and who is Walter now?
The person that I used to be a people pleaser. I wanted everybody to like me,
Hmm.
and I used to put myself last in everything, whether it be financial stuff, whether it be I would literally like almost hurt myself to make other people's happy, and uh, I just realized that I am the foundation for anything that I try to do in my future, and I have to take care of myself, and I have to take care of those closest to me.
Hmm.
I can't make other people grow if I don't make myself or my people grow first.
Definitely.
Um, because why am I gonna how am I gonna make those people grow when I don't even know how to do that myself?
Right.
So that's what's really changed
I love that, man.
in that time frame. I would say it's been less than a year, but
Yeah.
working on that
It's
every
amazing,
day.
man.
Yeah.
I
Thank you.
love that.
Yeah, it
Crazy.
really is.
Now we're all business owners here, right? You're pretty new to the game, right?
Yeah.
You're coaching.
Yep. I'm
You're
doing some coaching.
CrossFit coaching.
Yeah, so I'm doing a little bit of everything. So
Yeah.
I got a life coaching kind of business going
Okay.
on. I've got both fitness, so it's
Right.
functional fitness, as well as nutritional coaching, which
Okay.
has just come on board pretty recently.
Yeah. And you're in the outdoor living space.
Yeah,
Um,
and a little bit of still lawn maintenance.
got it. I'm wondering what's like the biggest struggle in business that you come across.
I'm still struggling. Like feels like I'm still beginning my business.
Interesting. Do you think that's the case, or do you think that's just like a belief that you have, like almost like imposter syndrome?
Well, I think a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I once I started making money, I would make really good money, and what you know was it consistent? A little bit,
Hmm.
but I got comfortable, right? And I never allowed myself to grow because I always banked on a certain type of income coming in, and so it didn't allow me to grow. Like I wasn't facing. I was just comfortable on how my life was, and that was enough to pay the bills. I had a little extra money here and there, uh, wasn't spending wisely. Um, so I'd buy things that we really didn't need personally and for the business. I would have equipment just sitting in the yard, not even being used, but look what I got.
Yeah.
I have a couple skidsters here, and look at this dingo, and look at this other new truck I got that we use it here and there, and it caught up pretty quick. And I'm learning that the hard way. Um, and it really messes up with my mind because I'm like, man, how do I make money again?
Yeah.
It's like I'm focused on something else, and I'm so scared, like, how do I make money again? And I know I did it. I did it in '08, '09 when the whole uh, housing market like went down. And if I'm able to do it there then, and I'm able to do it now,
Definitely.
the only thing is difference. I have 2 little ones, so that definitely drives home a little bit harder in my heart and mind, and gets me a little emotional. But it's do or die,
Definitely.
So I have to come out a winner
Yeah.
no matter what.
A really big reason why now. I love that.
That's why they're always like on my phone.
Yep.
So when days are tough, my phone's right there. I look at it. And this is my little girl smiling at me. I was like, oh man, I can't disappoint her.
Yeah. And also kind of reminds you kind of have to have that work-life balance too.
Yeah. And which I didn't have originally.
Right.
I was always constantly working. And but I found myself like, I need to do that because the time with them is so limited. And, my son was born in 2015. It's 2023, turns 8 in July. And just looking at pictures in the past, my wife and I would talk. Time went by pretty quick. And I start feeling regretful because there's times I would tell him, I'm too tired to play right now.
Yeah.
And there's things that we would used to do when we first moved into our home. Like he'd like to wrestle with me, throw the ball, and play these like chasing games and stuff, hide and seek.
Yeah.
He doesn't do any of that anymore. He's focused with his friends, playing with them. He's 7 years old. I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought I had forever.
Yeah, you don't get those moments back.
No.
Yeah.
No. So I'm trying to enjoy every single moment with my daughter because I know it's going to go by pretty quick, and pretty soon she's going to be doing her own thing. And, they get caught up with, a little bit of technology, which is a fault on our end as parents. But, it's what everybody else is doing. That's how they connect with their friends, especially during the pandemic. For them to see friends, they would FaceTime each other or play the game Roblox and, talk to each other doing that.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, okay, you give them a little bit of that, but then you get sidetracked and they're just on that 24/7.
There goes that whole night.
Yeah.
Like that whole
definitely.
evening, and then it's dark, and now you got to go to bed.
Yeah.
You missed that evening. I know how that feels.
So yeah, it's just enjoying the moment. So, I always tell new parents, like, it's because I was told this, but never took it to heart. They grow up pretty fast.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, whatever. He's only 7, but still, I missed a lot of that time that I'm never going to get back. He's never going to want to wrestle with me the way he did. He can't jump on my back, because if he does, he's going to hurt me really bad now, but yeah, it's the times I should have said yes, I said no. And it's with everything in life, being uncomfortable, and I'm too tired, and having all the complaints and excuses so I need to overcome all those things, and still to be a better father to them, and be a better husband.
Right.
So yeah, it's still I'm 43. I'm still creating my path and
Absolutely.
get there. And like I said, I told people before, like, I could either be a martyr and complain about my life right now, or God has a special plan for me, and I'm meant to go through these things in my life right now.
Yep.
To learn
Yep.
and grow, because this is my story, not anybody else's. Because it's so easy to compare. So easy, like with you, like, oh, look at what you're doing, look at what Walter's doing. You guys are a lot younger than I am, and
It's a really good point.
yeah, and it's like that's their path. This is my path.
Yep.
You
And you show up at all these events. You're committed to getting
I try
better.
to.
Yeah.
It's the thing too. Like we could go to all these events, right? And I've gone to them before, and the breakthrough should have been for me at Colorado, right? Not months after that. And the thing is, you could go to all these events, and during Tony Robbins' event right now, they even said it. It's what you do with it.
Yep.
You could get all this information, but what are you going to do with it? It's like getting a brand new toy and just have it sit there.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to play with it, right? You said you wanted
sure.
to use it. You're not using it. I have it.
Yeah. Ace said something the other day, like, these events, some people think that you go to one event, it's going to change your entire life, but that's normally not the case. Maybe it's a catalyst.
I love that.
But this is more of like a lifestyle. You have to keep showing up to these events and just get a little bit better. Take 1 or 2 lessons from each one of them and then apply it to your life. And then it's really just in your rituals.
It's being consistent.
Yeah.
And creating habits, being disciplined, which I'm learning. And I'm slowly doing that. And every little thing that I'm doing, I see it. I hired a trainer in July, right before I went to Colorado. I remember him telling him that story. Hey, I'm going to Colorado. We're going to do a hike. Nothing big, right? Like whatever, right?
Yeah.
And when I got back, I'm like, dude, that thing fucking killed me.
Yeah.
He's like, what'd you do? I said, Grace Peak. He's originally from Colorado. He's like, you did that? I'm like, yeah. He's like, if I would have known you would do that, I would have told you, don't do that. Like, you're gonna die. You're not even ready for that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I thought it was just a hike, man.
Yeah.
It's like how I do everything.
Good
like,
thing he didn't, because he probably would have scared you out of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but with him though, he's taught me so much. And I can't thank him enough. I tell him that every day. Like, you're not only a trainer, man, you're like a mentor to me. And he's a lot younger than me. He's 34. And he's taught me a lot of life lessons that I would never have learned if I'd never met him. It was that mind shift. I know I needed to make a change in my weight, and I was tired of the way I was looking. And I said, fuck it, man. I'm just going to go find a trainer. I told him I'm going to go find a trainer, and lifting weights or any other, whatever, Lifetime Fitness. And I see the other trainers jumping on these medicine balls and doing whatever, these crazy things. I'm like, I guess that's what I have to do the thing.
Yeah.
Right. And when I saw him, he's a little guy. It's like maybe 5'5" or so. And but he's jacked, tattooed up and everything. I'm like, oh shit. Who do I got this guy? Fucking meathead, right? And no, he's going to be the nicest guy. And I told him that you're probably one of the few men in my life that I consider a true friend. You're nice to me, but you tell me that I'm what I'm doing wrong.
Right.
You're not scared.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even care if I like walk out on you. Like, no, dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah, those are the real friends that can call you out on your shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you need those people.
Consistently. He always tells me that.
Yep.
I always go, woe is me, because he would ask me, how's your day going? I'm like, eh. He's like, seriously? Like, stop being, stop complaining.
Right.
Right. Woe is me. Right. And he's like, but every single thing he showed me, he told me, you're going to start losing weight. We're going to start just lifting weights. We're going to do it this way. And we're going to do it. So when we started lifting weights, we started focusing more on my technique. I'm like, I already know how to do that. I know how to fucking do that. No, I didn't. So different techniques he was showing me, how to, like bench pressing and stuff. And he's like, one day we're start building muscle. One day you're going to start noticing changes. It's not going to happen right away. And he's like, one day you're noticing, like, holy shit, I lost all this weight. And I would have people tell me, like, around January, hey man, what have you been doing? I said, nothing. It's like, you look like you're slimming down a little bit. I weigh the same, but I haven't seen it, Oh, okay. And about like a month and a half ago, I was so excited. I'm like, David, what you told me is actually coming true, because I'm seeing it now. And I weigh this now. And
awesome.
I lost like, total of 27 pounds already. And I'm a lot stronger than I was when I was 18.
Wow.
I never thought that would happen. And to the point that he's wanted me to do like a powerlifting competition.
Oh, really?
In my age group. I'm like an old man age group.
Shit.
I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm not ready for that, because he's an inspiring bodybuilder, and his wife just recently won a couple competitions, and they're going to get their pro card, or her pro card, Tennessee in a few weeks
Mm-hmm.
to
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You said you weren't ready to do that powerlifting stuff, but you weren't ready to do the Colorado trip.
No, I wasn't. Yeah.
So why can't you go do that?
Right. You're
Yeah,
right.
you never really get ready.
But a big thing that he taught me, though, he made me realize this, and it hit home really hard, that I was the person that was always trying to find the quick way
Mm-hmm.
to get to point A to point B.
Yep.
The quickest way, whatever way it was this, do this way, do that way. I never wanted to work for it.
Yeah.
I never wanted to take the 2 little steps, like in Colorado, like that, Joshua told me, 2
Right.
steps at a time.
Would you rather have taken a helicopter to the top of the mountain?
Hell
Or
yeah.
would you rather take every
No,
step?
I would have taken every step, but
Yeah.
that was my mindset in business.
Yeah.
Because I always told him, I could do the physical things, like working out and lifting weights and do something like that. But when it came to actually running the business or doing the business the way it should be run, like I didn't want to do it. I wanted to find the quickest way, give me the money. I'll figure it how to use it and spend it and save it.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. And he put everything, the gym, like how everything was like the gym, consistency. You keep doing what you're doing, things are going to work out. Things are going to change. Your habits are going to change. You're going to be more disciplined. And that's what those 7 months or since July working out with him has been consistency 3 times a week for an hour and a half sometimes, then you start eating healthy. At first, I'm like not eating healthy, but then you start noticing these changes to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay. And you add something else in there, like meditation, doing it in the morning and then at night and being consistent with it.
Yeah.
Is going to break those bad habits.
Exactly. You literally become a different person.
So yeah. And like with me, it's like God put this guy in my life for a reason. Because he's been through a lot of shit. And I was telling Noah that I'm like, man, this guy's story, if I told you his story, you would think I'm making this up. It almost sounds like a Breaking Bad episode, and but yeah, it's funny and how things work out and take a step back and it's time to shine, man.
Sure.
Do or die, because I don't know what happens in your 40s. Well, to me, that I need to step up to the plate and go at it.
Cool.
Start making some swings.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask everybody this question. What's the number one thing that you want to accomplish in 2023? Could be a physical, could be with business, could be with family, whatever it is. What's the first thing that hits your soul?
I want to start digging the financial mess that I created for my family and put us in a better position than we're at right now. So it would need to be making more money.
You have a number?
It's hard to say it because the mind wants to say you can't do that.
It always does.
Yeah, it always does. And like being like $180,000 in debt, trying to get rid of that as quickly as possible. That needs to happen. So, yeah, $180,000 needs to be wiped away this year.
I love it. What do you got?
So for me, it's impacting more lives. That's my goal. I love helping people. I love serving people. And I just want to impact as many lives as I possibly can. I know it sounds cliche or whatever,
I love it.
but
Yeah.
it's something that like reaches deep into my soul. It's what I love to do the most.
Yep.
And I love experiencing people's transformations.
Yep.
So even hearing stories like you're sharing, both of you guys, it's like, it's amazing. Even though I wasn't at those events with you, like I'm sitting here, like hearing it vicariously, and it's awesome. I love watching the human condition and the experience and the struggle and that whole thing, and to be a part of it is such a gift to me. Like that to me is the best thing that I could possibly receive from someone.
I love it.
Yeah.
You have like more of an exact goal, like as far as like how many people you want to impact, or like how you want to impact them?
That's a great question. I don't have a number because I
Yeah.
know obviously you want to kind of make this something tangible.
Yeah.
So I think what I'd really like to do is to maximize the impact is maybe put on a seminar this year, like
Okay.
some kind of like
Yeah.
day thing where
Mm-hmm.
people can come to it, figure out a way to make it like just free. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Just like, because again, I'm not driven by money, although I recognize and especially from this weekend,
Yeah.
recognize the value of needing to have money, but I've never been a money
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
What drives me is people.
Definitely.
So I want to make this event something where people can come to it. It doesn't matter what you have financially in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Come learn and see if you can get something from it.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'd love to do. It'd be
That'd be
so
cool.
awesome.
So we're gonna see your own event by the end of the year.
Oh, absolutely. You'll
Okay.
see something. I've already got some things in my
Okay.
head, man, working.
I love
Make
it.
sure you bring Zach
Yeah, for sure.
because he makes really cool videos.
Does he?
It makes you look really good.
Oh, well, then I'm
Trust me.
definitely bringing them.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Well, I want to be there. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, whenever we were talking upstairs and just the way you would light up, I could see it whenever you would tell stories about how people were transforming and stuff like that. I was just like, man, like
Yeah, that got
it's
pretty
really
deep.
special. Yeah, it
That
was
was
real
deep.
special. And I mean, I was looking at you like in your eyes, and your eyes were like glowing and stuff, and your face would light up, and it was just like an amazing experience. And that's why I felt like I can open up to you also about some of the things about my son and my relationship. We were up there for a while.
Yeah, it was a great
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, and I totally see that. And
Yeah.
I definitely want to be.
Yeah,
at that
thanks, man. I
event if you-
appreciate it. You're
yeah.
definitely welcome.
Well,
Everybody's
one
welcome.
thing I got to say about this, what Walter just brought up, is it's awesome that we're able to. We don't know each other
Yeah.
from when we first came in here, but when we leave, it's like we're walking out as family,
Yeah.
you know, and we're able to open up. Like I can't talk to regular strangers about my problems and shit,
Yeah.
but I come here, I feel that I'm people that I feel loved, listened to, no judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and yeah, it's like with my trainer David, you know, you don't want to hear those realities. But it's said for love. But you know, it's all love,
Yeah.
you know, and you're always you feel like you could come to talk to any one of you guys and feel supported, and someone to listen to you without being judged, because you could go talk to someone else and right away you start feeling, oh, what are they going to think about me?
Mhm.
Who are they going to talk about this to who or what? And not here, man. So
Exactly.
yeah, you hit the nail right in the head on that one.
So I think for my the question that you had asked.
Yep.
Before, it was whenever I came, it had to do with debt and fixing my business, right? So as the event has been going on and we've been talking about creating wealth and like the difference between wealth and being rich, I want to create wealth in my family because it's reunited again. Um, and I want to create a stronger bond. And I don't ever want it to get to where it got before. And then after that, um, focus on all the other financial stuff. But um, it the financial stuff in the past really broke us down. It really did break us down. It caused a lot of fights, a lot of
Sure.
arguments. I felt like I wasn't understood because I was working a lot, but then money was just coming in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't understand me because uh, I felt like I was there to support her, but she felt like I wasn't there for her or the kids. So I don't ever want to get to that level again. And that's one of the things that I told myself. My family is that's that's where my wealth is at now, and then everything else is once I started doing that, all these other puzzle pieces just started coming together, and um, it's a great experience, and it's something that I know a lot of people go through, but I didn't realize how many people like they just don't want to feel exposed. They don't want to feel exposed, and they'll rather just eat it up. Just not even try to fix the problem. And they're like, "Oh, I'll move on to the next person or the next whatever thing I need to do to just forget about the past."
Right.
Because at one point that was me. I was like, I don't even want to think about it. I'm just gonna do whatever I gotta do. But if you look at the things that needs to be fixed, and you look at yourself and do the right changes, it comes within time.
Sure. So what exactly is the goal?
To create a bond with my family that's even stronger.
Yeah.
So that's wealth for me.
Yeah.
That's wealth.
So important, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my goals, I mean, I want to run a 50-mile race. I already signed up for it. So that's like a tangible one, but I also want to grow, the podcast brand is the Right Now Show. And that brand's all about inspiring my generation, people in their 20s, helping them find their purpose. And then I have Brand New, where I help people share their stories with the world. So I don't exactly have any like tangible goals for that. I just want to grow those brands. But on top of that, I think my number one goal this year is just to grow my family and, like grow the tribe, grow, all these tribes. And, with that, I mean, that's everything. You know what I mean? Because I mean, it comes there so many opportunities come from that. You're just building your network, and yeah, money comes with that, but that's the least thing on there. The real relationships and the opportunities and experiences you get from that just by growing your family and surrounding yourself with people that you love and people that are going to support on you and call you out on your shit. I think it's so important. So yeah, it's my number one goal is just kind of grow my family, grow my tribe.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I love that. Anything else you guys want to say before we end it?
Well, I do actually. I want to say this to Jesse. You're not too old to be a power lifter, bro. First of all, I'm older than you. Okay. So that's not an excuse. So go for it, man.
I'm able to bench 405 3 times.
That's amazing.
43.
Yeah. I can't spot 405.
I could barely lift 315 in high school.
That's amazing, man.
Wow.
And I never thought I would do that.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, you need 2 spotters for that.
Yeah.
I would not be.
Well, I told them though, like I want to get 405 at least 10 times. My ideal is to get 495, so I want 5 plates on that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you're doing a 3-time, you're already at like 325 as a PR, probably.
No, I'm benching 405 3 times.
Or 425 then.
Yeah.
That's your probably your PR.
I use like little. Yeah, I don't know. But he just tells me either this is what we're gonna do today. I'm like, huh? Okay.
Yeah. But if you're moving it 3 times, you can move it 1 time probably for.
And I'm finally
15, 20.
I'm not. I can't really squat that good. So what we do is a bunch of hack squats, and so I'm able to put 5 to 6 plates on each side, and do that for like a set 10 to 12.
Hey, listen! Right after this, I'm gonna show you something that's gonna make that squat. Awesome.
So like I've never had like knee wraps before, or elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta
have all that.
You gotta record that and put it on your Instagram.
Well, that's what I told him. Like, dude, I want a tripod and stuff. He's like, you gotta do it now, because he does a lot of content on YouTube too.
Yeah,
not YouTube, Instagram, because he's trying to grow his business. And he's like, "You're the oldest athlete I have." I'm like, "They didn't know I was part of your athlete like club." He's like, "But yeah, it's like when I got here, it was Ace and Noah. I was like, yeah, I know about you, the video and stuff." I'm like, holy shit. Well, people that I meet that he trains also like, "Are you Jesse?" Yeah. He's like, "Oh, David talks a lot about you."
He was a celebrity.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That is cool.
I'm the old man in the group. I've always had younger friends or older friends.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest one now.
Yeah.
That was so funny. Joshua's kid, he just like showed his phone and it says, "Can I have a Sprite?"
That's Walter's fault.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's so funny.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. You know, think about it.
I've been bringing all the snacks into this.
Yeah.
I might get in trouble.
All the sugar.
All the sugar. Yeah.
Sweet,
Man, I
bro.
think that's awesome, man. No,
Thanks,
really.
man.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Well, it's been a pleasure chatting it up with you guys, and
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
yeah,
thank you.
man, it's been this event's been awesome, and it's so cool to connect with you guys, and yeah, let's sign off.